everybody, Sean from SP Productions here, back today with another video. So I'm a big fan of Star Trek: The Next Generation, and one of its most famous episodes came in Season 5 in an episode called The Inner Light. And for those who may not have seen it, the premise of the episode is Captain Picard is struck by a probe that they find wandering aimlessly through space. Picard wakes up to find himself living on a planet. Nobody knows that he's captain of a starship, and he ends up living, this totally alternate lifetime with a new wife and kids and grandkids and friends and new family members. He lives like 50 years with this alternate civilization, and at the end of it, he kind of wakes up to find himself back on the Enterprise, and only a handful of minutes have passed by. In this alternate lifetime, Captain Picard learns how to play a small flute called the Ressikan Flute, and when he returns to the Enterprise, the crew retrieves the probe from space. They open up the probe, and the only thing they find inside is the flute that Picard learned how to play in his alternate life. It's probably one of the most beautifully written episodes of television I've personally watched. And it's even rumored to be one of Patrick Stewart's favorite episodes that they did on the show. So even if you're not a Star Trek fan, I encourage you to go check it out. Star Trek: The Next Generation, Season 5, Episode 25, The Inner Light. So this is a replica of that flute made by Factory Entertainment. Most of the companies that get a Star Trek license end up tackling a tricorder, a phaser, or a communicator, one of the kind of standard pieces of away team equipment that we see throughout the series. So I was really excited when they decided to tackle this one, because I think for a lot of Star Trek fans, this particular replica holds a lot of sentimental value, just given the impact the episode had on the overall series and Captain Picard as a character. So with that, let's check it out. So to start, a beautiful box. It's got the Star Trek: The Next Generation insignia on the top. Some beautiful box art highlighting the cast and crew. It's really good. Initial impressions, just taking it out of the box, it's pretty hefty weight. The storage box is cast poly resin, and it's lined with EPS foam to protect the inside of the prop, but it's got a really good weight and heft to it. So included with the replica is this little booklet done in a Star Trek: The Next Generation, the LCARS theme, which is pretty nice. So it gives you the story behind the prop, so kind of what we were talking about earlier, certificate of authenticity. Talks a little bit about the original prop that this replica was fashioned after. It's like a lot of TV props, there were various iterations of the Ressikan Flute. This replica that Factory Entertainment tackled is kind of a hybrid of all of those replicas put together. Then there's some instructions here on how to install the batteries, which we'll be tackling in a couple steps here. So you have to open her up. So there's some extra foam in here designed to protect the replica during transport. And here's the flute itself. And it is, wow, it's just beautiful. Factory Entertainment created this 1:1 scale replica of the Ressikan Flute. They were able to access some of the original prop resources in the CBS archives to create their replica. The replica is milled from solid brass and hand painted to kind of give a vintage finish. So it's got nice detailing around the flute holes. The mouthpiece is done, and then there's a little trademark sticker there and copyright from CBS. So an interesting fact about the actual prop from the show is that it was fashioned after a tin whistle, but it didn't actually function. All the sound and the famous tune that you hear in the episode were all added in post-production. And similarly, Factory Entertainment's replica doesn't actually play, but they did include a cool little function in the storage box, which we can check out now. So to install the batteries, you have to remove the lower level foam. You can see the battery compartment in the corner here. So 2 AAAs, which I actually came prepared with this time. So close up the battery compartment, you can put the foam back, and then On the side of the box here, you can see the little button that activates the sound effects that play the famous melody that we hear throughout the episode. Yeah, so they did a really good job capturing the actual melody from the show and integrating it into the storage box. I'll say the speaker isn't the best, and some of the higher frequencies you can definitely hear a little bit of distortion, but otherwise just a really nice touch to capture, I think, what is an essential part of the overall replica and capturing the Ressikan Flute along with the famous melody that is featured so prominently in the episode. Overall, the box is really nice. You can see there's some magnets in the corners to keep the box closed. And again, the finish on the box is beautifully done. Really, they did a great job kind of replicating the texture and then the overall paint finish. So not the high-techiest of all the prop replicas out there, but I think this is a beautifully done replica that really commemorates one of the Next Generation's best episodes. So as a Star Trek fan, I really enjoy this, and I think Factory Entertainment did another great job. I hope to see them tackle more Next Generation props. You know, a tricorder or phaser from Next Generation would be nice, hint hint. But that's gonna be it for today's video, everybody. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.